I am on a mission to make the world a better place. Clock me in for work. Hey Siri, manage my time. I forgot to clock in for work at 1:45 p.m.
Okay.
Thank you. Here's the thing. You like getting things done, so do I. But how do we know that we're actually getting things done the most efficient way? You were clocked in for work for 9 hours, but you were actually in the bathroom for 2. Were you actually working? First you gotta sign in, then you have to do this, then you have to do that, and then you're not logged on to the right network. Whatever we build, we just need to be able to pick up the phone and be able to clock me in for work. It needs to be that simple, and so I think we've got to that point. All right, let's take a look at what we have. Nice and simple, we have a clock in button, and we have what we're clocking into. We have our buttons which allow us to filter all of the data below, so we can see by specific time periods, and it makes it really nice for seeing things at a glance. We have the more specific breakdown on the side. Now this is great and all, but what if we wanna really just, see the data? We have some beautiful lines. These lines really just make me feel good. You can see a more specific breakdown of exactly what was done. It just makes it super easy for digesting all of your time and really understanding what were you actually doing. Categories page is pretty simple. It just has a place for you to either add new categories or to see all the existing ones. Whatever word you put in here, you can substitute it, so you can say like, hey, clock me in for reading or charisma or language. It's super easy. So it's all pretty decent, but how do we actually get it? Well, the good thing is you only need like 4 minutes, and it's super easy to get, and it's free. There should be a link in the description, and it should take you to a page that looks something like this. It's free, we're gonna download it. Just add it to the cart, proceed to checkout. Cool, and now I have access to our 2 downloads. The Siri time tracker template is what will take you to the actual Coda template, and the Apple shortcut file is what we need to actually connect Siri to our Coda template. If you don't know what Coda is, it's basically like Notion. It's a platform where you can create a workflow or a dashboard or whatever. Whatever you need, it can be suited and tailored to your needs specifically. First thing that we need to do to actually set everything up is to set up our template. So I'm gonna open this in a new tab. Top right, you'll see the button to copy the doc. If you don't have an account yet, you can click on the little link right here, and that'll help you create an account. We'll just copy the doc, can give it a name, and copy. Okay, we're in. First thing we need to do is we need to set up our automations. First automation though, we actually need to delete, which is this fresh data. So it says delete this, click on this, click on the 3 dots, delete rule, and that's all good. For the Siri commands, we're gonna click on this. Everything is connected via what's called a webhook. We need to do 2 things. We need to copy the URL, and we need to copy the API token from it. Typically what I find the easiest to do is to open a new Apple Notes tab in your browser and just copy the info to your Apple Notes. That way it'll sync onto your iPhone or your iPad or whatever you're using to set it up. Get the URL, paste that, get the API token, copy the token. Before we actually go to our phone though, I wanna go back to the checkout page. You'll see up here we have our link, and we actually need to get this onto our phone so that we can download the Apple shortcut file directly to our phone. You can either send this to like your devices, or if you're on different operating systems and you're using Safari, what you can do is you can create the QR code and then use your phone camera and then just scan it, and it'll open up right to your checkout page. You can click on the Apple shortcut file. We'll say download. We'll click on the file that it just downloaded. We'll set up the shortcut. Now it's gonna ask for that info that we had put into the Apple Notes. So I'm going to copy the URL. We'll go back here. I'll just paste the URL. Go to next, and then I'll ask for the webhook, which is the token that we created and we copied over, which is this little thing. We'll put that text in. We'll go next. Now it's gonna ask for your Coda account email address. If you have multiple people using the actual Coda template, it's not gonna know which punches to edit without an email address. So you just put in your Coda email address and then it'll make sure to only edit your punches. The last thing to do is to rename your shortcut. If you wanna trigger the actual commands hands-free by just saying, hey, whatever your shortcut name is, that will be the trigger for triggering the actual automation. I would probably just set the name to something like manage my time, since it's natural to say. Okay, and let's test it out. Hey Siri, manage my time.
What's the text?
Clock me in for work.
That's done.
So if we go back in, we can see our punch. If you want to set it up so that you don't have to use the hey, whatever trigger, you can actually go on your home screen and add a new widget. We'll just say the shortcuts widget, and then we'll say add a widget. And if it doesn't automatically grab the right one, you can just tap and hold, say edit widget, and then choose whatever shortcut you want. But in this case, it's correct. So now anytime we click on it, clock me out and add some notes. Now we sit and wait. Yeah, to all my employers out there watching, you're welcome. Like I said, if you want to customize the categories that you're clocking into, you can always go into the categories page and either delete these or add whatever new ones you want. I would probably recommend to stick to only using one word within each of these. If you use multiple words, it's a little harder to target when to splice your sentence up. Template's been really nice for me personally. It's been super easy to use, and having the Siri integration just makes a world difference in terms of actually tracking your time consistently. Sometimes she's a pain, but she's mostly pretty good. But yeah, thanks for watching.